one of the challenges that we have too is the Republican Party.
Mm-hmm.
The Republican Party at the top is a part of the swamp. And, if they co-sign in a legitimate election, which we've seen that they have this past election, we got to get these rhinos out of here. They're hurting our country. We need patriots. I don't care if you're what happened to even the Democratic patriots? Back in the day,
they exist. They exist. They're getting fooled too. They're getting fooled too.
You're probably right. Yeah. And you're right. And I think that everybody is waking up now. I mean, it's a year later. I mean, that's the sad part. It took them, like I was warning people before the election. Hope and change ain't going to come from a 48-year failure. It's not. Biden has been, on a take his whole political career. You expect him to do something now? Look what he was vice president. Obama made him look good. Joe Biden's been disastrous whole career. Sad. Sad for the country.
Oh, man.
It really is.
There's video after video of this guy doing the wrong thing and saying the wrong thing for the last 50 years.
Yeah, but they call Donald Trump a racist. And this guy does the eulogy for Robert Byrd. I mean, this stuff is like, it's like a movie that's not real.
That's exactly right.
You know what I mean? It's like we're watching a movie and it's not real.
That's exactly right. That's the dark and light part of it, right? So there's a worldly part, there's a tangible part, but then the part why you can't connect the dots is we have a loving God, like you and I. We have a loving God. But the God of the darkness, he has zero love. He hates his own people. And everything they're fighting for, power and control and manipulation, is all temporary. And guess what? He hates you. He hates you. That's why they're all worn out and messed up and confused. It isn't a place power comes with power used wrong. Comes with it's a double-edged sword, baby. It's a double-edged sword. Do you think Biden goes to sleep every night happy and in peace? No, that guy's tormented. Pelosi, tormented. All of them, they're tormented.
While we're taking a break here, everyone, I just want to share with our listeners. We're on just about all platforms. I updated the platform recently. Anybody that's on, some people have heard of these sites, some people have not. We're on Masthead, we're on Flote, we're on MeWe, we're on Getter, we're on Tumblr, we're on Blogspot, we're on Minds. There's also a new conservative platform called Free Talk 45. We're on there. I did Minds twice here? I sure did. Okay, I got Minds twice on our link tree. There's also another place called rightonly.net. That's all conservative. If they detect that you're from the left, they will block you and delete you, ban you. We're also on Parler and Gab. So if you can follow us, everyone, we'd appreciate your support. Also, we have set up a PayPal account. So Jarrod and I are able to pay for the small things like the show hosting and some other things so we can still be a voice for the people. If you can, send us whatever you can. It's PayPal me. I believe it's American First Patriot. Yeah, PayPal me at American First Patriot. Whatever you could send us, we'd appreciate it. It'll help offset some of the costs that we have to do the show and the little bit of advertising that we do. We really appreciate any help you're able to give us. Yeah, Jarrod. Oh, and Jarrod, and our motto is, for those who don't know, is defending freedom and liberty. And that's basically what we talk about all the time, is our freedoms and liberties that have either been violated or taken away or have been compromised or right now, these mandates they're trying to impose or which are illegal, things of that nature we are fighting against and we talk about. So how was your day today, Jarrod?
Man, it was good, man.
Amen.
Fulfilling. What do we know what's going on with the trucker convoy, man? What are they doing?
You know, I don't know. And then I heard that there was another convoy in Salem. I don't know if there's like multiple convoys. I'm like, I don't know if they never went to Washington or I don't know what happened either.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
I know.
Like,
that's,
what happened?
That's the part. That's why I'm talking about distractions, right? So it's so funny. And then there's misinformation. So I heard that they made it to Washington. I saw that they had an interview with Ted Cruz and another senator. They've been cruising around D.C. You know, the funny thing is, you know, COVID abruptly ended like last Monday somehow. And so it kind of takes the steam out of what they're doing. But not for me, you know, just took the steam. And then, of course, you know, the Ukraine war, Russia war is at the front of all the news platforms right now.
Excuse me. Yeah, I just pulled up the New York Times article, and it says that after Ottawa, trucker convoy nears Washington is a low-key protest. And just reading briefly, one of the convoy organizers says it's early, that our restraint has been strategic, and that the protesters are in this for the long haul. But they did stage somewhere, and I'm looking at a photo that they're miles deep. That I guess they were right outside the Capitol, and they didn't want to. They probably respected not trying to clog up everything. That's the only thing I can think of, because you know what I mean.
Man, I wish they would go down to the border.
You know what? I wish that they would go down to the border and create a border wall.
That's what I'm talking about.
I wish the truckers would go down there, but then we could do that, but then we'd have to set up some type of funding where we can get them food. We'd have to set up a massive drive, because you remember, we got to cover, if all the truckers converge to the border and block the border, forget about it. That's really what we should be doing.
Dang, that would be cool. Well, at least even the roads, you know, every passable road, you know, make it an obstacle, and then ranchers' lands that would allow them on. But the cool thing is, you know, you're talking Texans would freaking go down there and support them. I know that for sure.
Of course. You're not coming in Texas.
Arizona?
That's for sure. Arizona next.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, I think Arizona has a liberal governor. I think.
Ducey?
Man, let me see. Let me look it up.
Yeah, they're pretty red.
Arizona governor.
They got.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Ducey, you're right. He is Republican. But I think he's establishment.
Yeah, well, I mean, even Abbott, you know, I saw him on an interview the other night, and someone said, you know, was asking him some smooth questions, and then they finally ended with, all right, Mr. Abbott, tell us about, you know, Klaus Schwab and the WEF. Can you just say for the camera that you denounce it? And he wouldn't denounce it. Like, he wouldn't. He said something like, no, I'm the governor for the people, born here, raised in Texas. And the guy's like, that's not what I said. He's like, I simply asked you to denounce, you know, the WEF and Klaus Schwab's New World Order. And he wouldn't do it. And the guy's like, see what I'm telling you, people? Like, you got to watch them. And I was thinking about myself, like, if I was a governor, right? And simply saying, hey, look, I'm not a part of that WEF. I'm not really, you know, I'm not for them. I'm not against them. But whatever, if there is some type of conspiracy, we're not letting it in Texas. I think I would have said something simple like that, you know? But he was like, turned red and got like quiet. So,
you know.
Yeah.
Speaking of governors, did you hear what DeSantis said to the reporter the other day? They try to phone him
I saw an article.
Yeah, briefly, I just, heard briefly that, that the reporters try to, hammer or bash him, and then DeSantis says, "Is it in the bill?" And it wasn't in the bill. So embarrassed the reporter, and people are going around saying that's a real governor taking on the media,
Yeah, I really like DeSantis, man. I think he's diplomatic. He's courageous. He's a
veteran. That's why.
A veteran. So he's a smart cat. Very composed. I'm pretty impressed with DeSantis.
I am too. And I'm not easily impressed. But
yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
he's not a politician.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of Trump, but man, DeSantis. I was thinking DeSantis and Candace Owen, 2024.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness! That he would keep her. She's fiery, but she's fierce, and you need that. And he'd keep her, like they would be balanced.
Yeah, I just hope. Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. Looking at this last photo I saw of DeSantis, I see Mike Pence next to him. I'm like, I hope that Mike Pence is not trying to maneuver himself to try for a vice president nomination with DeSantis.
I don't think so. I don't think people trust Pence anymore.
Yeah, I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all. He's a swamp creature. I thought he was a good guy, but listen, Donald Trump exposed all of them.
Mm-hmm.
He peeled back the layers of the media, of the false Republicans, false Democrats. He peeled back all those layers of corruption, of lies, of the false narratives, and they hated him because he always spoke truth to power. And you know what the saying is today? Trump was right. He said,
man,
if Biden gets elected, your gas is going to go to $9 to $10. Hey, somebody on Facebook said something about, man, why don't we talk to our leaders about, lowering these gas prices? And I had to put up my post. Don't blame me. I voted for Trump. And as a matter of fact, I said, where are all the Biden supporters at? Hello? You guys are quiet as a church mouse. And I got hammered. I got hammered during the election, because I denounced, I put all the stuff out there, how Biden was. Listen, you had to be an idiot. All the stuff I was posting about Biden's history, factual information, testimony, but hey, you guys were the real racists because you didn't vote for Donald Trump because you thought you was told he was a racist. So you wanted to defend your race by voting against him. Well, look what you got, people. Look what you got. Piece of garbage. You got a person who's a swamp creature who doesn't care about anyone. No one.
Who's
He's a maggot.
Racist?
He's a leech.
Who's literally racist.
Right. Literally, without question. His whole career. I don't want my kids going in the jungle with those animals. I'm paraphrasing, of course.
I know.
I mean,
dude,
really? But because Donald Trump said that somebody were nice people, he's a racist. Well, all people, you give them the benefit of the doubt, are nice. God is love. But this guy, Biden, participates with him, eulogizes for him, fights with them. Come on.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he's going to change? You think he's going to change? Once a racist, always a racist. You don't change.
Yeah.
If you're not a racist, you're not. If you are, you are,
one of the things I hear is, man, you've got some good kids. It says a lot about you. Because the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, and I'm just trying to keep perspective here, I'm not trying to brag, but I mean, look at the guy. Look at the guy's kids. I mean, come on, dude. You
yeah.